Aloha, y'all. It is Monday, ruled by the moon, Moon Day. The 23rd of November. Today's a root chakra day, according to Dream Spell, but it is a blue overtone storm guided by accomplishment. And like I said, it is Muladhara chakra day, so root chakra day. If you're going to be doing chakra exercises, chakra chants, do all the chakras, but focus on the root, your security, and do all the mudras and mantras and magic that accompany that ritual. You will be better for it. Today, on this moon day, we've got the sun in Sagittarius, the moon in Pisces, Mercury in Scorpio, and Venus in Scorpio, and Mars in Aries. Let's go ahead and see what we can pull for the day. Hopefully, you all are doing all right. We've got the Princess of Wands. So let me just get set up here and we'll discuss what that has to do with wands. Very apt for Sagittarius season. Wands are fire, so if you're an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag, you're naturally going to resonate with the wand situation. Alright. And Princess in this deck is very much like page energy and then traditional tarot situation. Alright, so Princess of Wands, the airy part of fire. This is about being youthful and or having youthful enthusiasm and confidence, harnessing the creative forces around you, seeking to innovate and experiment. Princess of Wands, I spark the impossible. A sun child, she dazzles all who meet her, young, free, and formidable. In her presence, nothing is impossible. She wipes us clean of past fears so we can create in a space of pure freedom. Her luminosity resonates, sparking a memory that we are, and all of life, are light bound up in matter. Her fire, fueled by breath, air, transmutes the heavy energy of past experience and failure, burning it clear away to release light energy. This potency can catalyze a new vision, and she is honored as a brilliant initiator. The art of the Princess of Wands arises out of my teenage interest in science fiction and elaborate fantastical images which sought to express equally complex psychological concepts. Jean-Claude Forest's comic strip of the 1960s, Barbarella, with its sexually charged and mystical planetary realms, evoked the fiery tantric space goddess. The idea of space being a vast, exotic, and erotic realm was always more alluring than the sterile reality it has turned out to be. For me, she epitomizes our capacity to infuse our reality with mythological qualities. In a similar vein, the illustrations of superheroine Octobriana, said to embody the principles of the Russian Revolution and battle against both Russian and American oppression, was a character that both me and Bowie cited when discussing how to visualize Ramona, a stone from Ramona A. Stone for the Outside album book. The Princess of Wands transmits the drive to experiment and innovate. It is about a death of the old and a birth of the new. It is in letting go of fixed beliefs about how something should be that we are teleported into an open realm of pure potential. Cast your doubts and fears into the fire to be melted down and transformed. Allow the exuberance of youthful confidence and innocence to surge. You can consciously take on something that appears to be impossible and flourish and grow in the change. So today is the airy part of fire, the intellectual, curious part of fire, spirit, essentially the Princess of Wands. It's about youthful enthusiasm and confidence, harnessing the creative forces around you, seeking to innovate and experiment. And the sun in Sagittarius with the moon in Pisces is very, and Mars in Aries direct at this point, is very much all about get out there and do it, shine your light, be creative, see where your dream takes you, make it so, right? Very much catalyzing energy to the degree that you allow it to be in your life. Let's go ahead and get a clarifier. It's pretty cold and overcast here in Colorado today, so we got another fire card. This is the Four of Fire. So we've got the Princess of Wands, the Four of Fire, a whole lot of fire, a whole lot of transmuting going on, a lot of evolution potentially. Four of Fire, very cool though. Kind of looks like Hawkeye literalized. Phoenix Sun goddess, whatever, kind of the archer mode. Kind of like if X-Men and Hunger Games combined. So the 4 of fire, Phoenix from X-Men, that is. It's about action, concentration, focused energy, application, practice, increased skill, impetus, work ethic. Key phrases are focused mind, emotion, and deliberate action, creating impetus and momentum, establishing a good work ethic, establishing a creative process, devoting time to regular practice, be willing and prepared, pay your dues, something is falling short of its target. The 4 of fire is symbolic of a focused mind, emotion, and deliberate action that once applied lend impetus and momentum. The Sagittarius Archer, being represented here, is here for creative purposes, right? The Princess wants to play with the fire of creativity and passion, but we have to know which way we want to, where's the target? Where are we aiming? It means acting with both skill and accuracy and establishing a work ethic or creative process that is a reflection of both. It is about focusing on the task at hand, making it the entire center of our attention, not allowing distractions to cause us to lose sight of our target or objectives. The 4 of fire represents showing discipline by devoting regular time and energy to repeated practice and application, which in turn increases skill and ability, and in doing so, make one's actions more confident, and therefore faster. Goals manifest faster and outcomes are achieved with less energy wasted. With time and practice, the process can become as natural as breathing and mistakes become fewer. Unlike other animals, humans are not born with the innate knowledge required to survive, so to survive we must be both willing and prepared to learn. A baby first crawls, then walks, and then learns to run. That same baby cannot run before it has first learned to crawl and walk. We learn primarily through a process of repetition and practice. Without repetition and practice, we may be able to learn the rudiments of a new skill, excuse me, but we cannot become brilliant or accomplished at it even if we are naturally gifted. If the 4 of fire appears in a reading, it signifies the importance of focus, dedication, discipline, and practice on a physical level. It suggests that we concentrate now and do what needs to be done. The way we improve and achieve things faster is by devoting our attention and focus to practice. There is no such thing as an overnight success. You must first pay your dues. To be the best takes time. And I think that's a good thing to remember. We need to lean forward with our curiosity and our innovation, but we also need to be practical and grounded in execution and, diligence with that fire. So this is about the sight and the execution, right? Needed to make the dream come true. Having the dream is one thing. Making the dream real is another thing altogether. Let's go ahead and get a Galactic Heritage card. See what wants to pop. We've got Devotion to Service. Can't make this shit up. 64. Devotion is kind of what we're talking about. How do you devote and make your passion a service? That way it never feels like work. You know what you're doing is actually contributing to the greater good. It might, this isn't about like what's popular, right? Sometimes getting a kid a poetry, an English major doesn't, everyone's like, that's not practical, but it's like maybe you're now writing poems or little booklets with ease, taking your talent and passion, right, and then honing it in. Being devoted to that target and long-sightedness, not just in the impulse of the spontaneous inspiration, but being devoted. 64, Pleiades, devotion to serve at present timeline. As a result of their evolution in history, the Pleiadians are now a species devoted to service. This is the main reason why they have interacted with humans for thousands of years. A deep transformation takes place within you when you devote your actions to service. This does not mean self-sacrifice, however. If you are already being of service to others, know that this calling is one you have felt for many lifetimes. If you feel you are not yet being of service, this is a message to start soon. Remember, being of service begins with small things, a smile in the street or sending love from your heart. Redefine what service means to you and begin reaching out. The meaning of this card is quite clear, and how to apply the meaning to your life depends on your life circumstances. The devotion to service is seen as a fundamental gateway to spiritual growth, but the meaning of it is often misunderstood. People often assume that devotion means sacrifice, which is the shadow of Pisces kind of a moon situation, like martyrdom, right? Like, I'll give up everything for that one goal. People often misunderstand, assume that devotion means sacrifice or that somehow you have to devote your life to a cause. But in reality, the concept of service is quite flexible. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily refer to what you do so much as it refers to how you do it. It does not mean you should change jobs in order to feed the hungry. For example. Sometimes being of service can be something as simple as putting good, loving energy into the food you make for a customer or in the way you answer the phone in your office. Ultimately, when the Earth society views others as extensions of themselves, this and sees that in reality everyone is really one anyway. This energy of love and service infuses all aspects of life. The Palladians made a profound transition from being self-centered in their very ancient young days to being a species devoted to service in all that they do. This is a potent potential rather that exists for Earth's humans as well. Take a look at your life and see how you too can to begin reality as a means of to be of service in the universe, and see where that shift of perception takes you. So even doing these daily card jams, I think of as an act of service in a weird way, right? So take what inspires you, focus it, and make sure you're doing it for yourself as a form of another. Like, don't just do what makes you happy, though that's part of it. Do what makes you happy that others want you to do. Does that make sense? It's like where your skills and gifts lie and where the need of others meet is what you should be doing. It's kind of the whole point. We've lost sight. We're always like, well, how much money does it make? Or, am I famous or whatever? Like, these kinds of things drive us. I want to be a famous basketball player, but it's like, is that like being of service? Is it a hobby that you're good at? Or is it like something that it's necessary? Like, you're, one of the best, so you have to do this. Authenticity. Sagittarius Sun is very authentic, right? It's very, and the Princess of Wands. It's okay to be like radical and weird and creative and funky. Just make sure you're taking that funk and making other people tap their toe to it. Be of service with it. Devote yourself to all that you do as an act of service, authentically and radically coming from you, something that your snowflake self can engender that nobody else can. This is number 17. That is actually the gene key I read this morning with my fiance. A very profound number for both of us on page 69. So, authenticity, Wolf. Discover who you really are by revealing your authenticity. That's kind of what the Princess of Wands is doing. Through play, authenticity of the heart, she's showing people what her skill sets are and what her dreams are and making them, inspire others. We all resonate a frequency, so if you're pretending to be someone you are not, you will keep attracting people with whom you do not resonate. It is necessary to negotiate a position with others sometimes, and there should be no anxiety about differences in opinion. Mythos. Skadi, the plain-speaking Norse goddess of the mountains, wildness, and the unknown, was a powerful huntress, a lover of snow, and a keeper of wolves. She lived in the profound silence of nature on the high plains, surrounded by her pack of wolves, which helped her hunt and protect the realm. Although independent and beautiful, she decided it was time to be married. She demanded from the other gods a husband as recompense for the unlawful death of her beloved father, Fazi. I can't even pronounce this. She chose the god Njörður as her new husband, and as was customary, she moved to live in her new husband's house. Njörður, however, was a sea god who lived on an island that was always noisy with the mighty crashing of waves and the screeching of seabirds. All this constant and incessant noise was too much for Skadi, who was used to the soft silence of the snow and the howling of her wolves. When she spoke of missing her true home and her desire to be more independent, because independence is also very Sagittarius Sun, and Princess of Wands is like, I'm fiercely, independently, authentically being who I am. I can't play down for other people. I need to sing my song. So when she started kind of speaking of missing of her home and her desire to be more independent, she and Njörður negotiated and agreed to try alternating homes every 9 days. Njörður came to Skadi's mountain home, but found it to be cold and desolate of life, so white, so quiet, and depressing. He felt isolated and missed his home too. So their needs were different, right? They had authentic needs. When dividing their time between his place and her place, and that didn't work out, they decided to live apart but stay married. Skadi then returned to her beloved mountains, where she hunted from her skis and lived with her cherished wolf packs. She would visit Njörður and he her when they most desired each other. Wolves feature in the mythos of almost all human societies that encounter them, which highlight their charisma and importance. For example, Rome was founded by Romulus and Remus, who were cared for and suckled by a she-wolf. Fenrir, the great Norse wolf, heralded Ragnarok, the end of the world, and the Celtic Morrigan kept wolves. So the animal. Wolves are powerful animals. Although wolves are also very social, mated pairs or solo hunters have more success than larger groups when hunting. They are found throughout Eurasia and North America and have been linked to humans, both as a subject of fear and of love for many thousands of years. Whilst wolves were often seen as a predator and pest amongst human communities that relied on livestock, those that were more agrarian in nature saw them as helpers, killing off animals who fed upon their crops. Wolves are larger than you think. We often think of wolves as large dogs, but should you ever see one loping around the land or in the forest in the wild, you would understand just how different they are and how much they avoid and dislike humans. Male wolves weigh on average 45 kilograms and are built for endurance with long legs and a long loping tail when one foot is placed directly in front of the other. At this gait, they can travel at speeds of 10 kilometers an hour for many hours. If they choose pursuit speeds around 50 to 60 kilometers an hour, this has been observed to be held up for 20 minutes. They are social and expressive animals with a variety of distinct physical behaviors that enable other wolves to read intent and status. Growling, head tilts, teeth baring, and posturing are just a few of those nonverbal communication cues. And with Mercury and Scorpio, we might be like showing our thoughts in very hidden ways, right? Like nonverbal ways. Perhaps one of the most distinctive features of the wolf is their famous haunting howl, which is used as a vital communication tool amongst the pack to other wolf packs. As wolves are highly territorial, the howl can be used to identify the whereabouts of other packs and of individual pack members wherever they are. The magic: call upon the wolf when you wish to be all you can be in the fullness of your authenticity. While you do, very Princess of Wands, like be all you can be, like rise to the occasion. While you do not have to be alone, being confident to live your life on your own terms very much embodies the energy of wolves. Wolf energy is also highly protective, and you can call upon it in workings when you feel you may be fearful or wish to have a protective ally. Symbology is the pack of wolves, woman on a mountain. Status: population is stable, although wolves in certain traditional endemic areas have become extinct. For example, due to hunting and habitat loss, wolves in the Yellowstone area in the USA became extinct. They were reintroduced in 1995 to great ecological success. So we have to be ourselves. We have to be authentic, right? And playful and fiery and spirited. But are we being directional and intentional and of service with that fire? Ultimately, you can't not be yourself, and to do so is a kind of hell, right? That's why, overly submitting and overly conforming is problematic. You need to do you, boo, kind of thing. But at the same time, make sure you doing you is not so ratchet that like it helps the whole, not just you. Does that make sense? Don't just be so selfish with your time, energy, skills, hopes, dreams, fears, whatever, that you kind of isolate and don't, help the whole dream, basically. So the artist we're getting today is Henry Matisse. Some Pisces moon looking pajama party action. So Matisse. What you got for us, Matisse? Here he is. Henry Matisse's paintings and paper cutouts are distinguished by vivid colors, simple forms, and bold, fluid movements. Very Sagittarius sun. Bold, fluid movements. Bold, Sagittarius sun, fluid movements, Pisces moon. Right? But also the authenticity, the fire coming from like a passion and creativity of this Princess of Wands. Professionally, he could be a wild beast or fauvist. Personally, however, Matisse was quite rigid. Adhering to strict working schedules, he told his fiancée, who was later his wife, that his love for her would never match his love for art. He kept his promise. Later in life, his health weakened, but not his artistic obsessions. Scorpio and Venus, right? He's like, I love you, honey, but I'll always have an emotional affair with art, and you can't get in there. It's kind of a hardcore thing to say. He kept his promise. Later in life, his health weakened, but not his artistic obsession. Matisse worked in bed and slept with his materials, very Pisces moon. The artist appears in photographs and self-portraits in his signature working pajamas, sometimes painting large-scale pieces with a brush placed at the end of a very long stick. So, and there's a very long stick. The wolf is at the end of a very long stick. The advice we're getting from Matisse, I should say. Sketch boldly and paint with a big stick. Look, she's running around being bold. She's being as authentic and creative and powerful as she can be. She's a big stick, even in terms of that's one piece of wood that we're seeing right there, but the arrow itself is a long stick that's going to kill you. Sketch boldly and, paint with a big stick, but be of service. Do it for others. Don't just do it for yourself. There's better and worse ways to go through life, and although you are a self, you are embedded in a field of others. So be authentic and be yourself, but also, she was, had a husband who was opposite her, basically, and they made it work through communication, through compromise. But be bold, be yourself, even when it's not popular, right? Sketch boldly, take risks, and paint with a big stick. Be bold about it. Be strong and fiery about it. See where you want to go and go there. Make sure you're doing it for yourself and others, both and make sure you're being yourself for the sake of others. by sketching boldly and painting with a big stick. So let's go ahead and get a stone, and then I think I'm gonna play a song today instead of playing my electric. I'm just kind of in a mellower mood. I don't have any clue what I want to play yet. So yeah, there's always that. We've got Shungite. This is really hard to see, so let me do this. Hopefully this doesn't mess y'all up. Alright, Shungite. It's like really dark here today, right? Winter's here. Shungite, what it is. Shungite is a coal-like mineral. Its carbon molecules, called fullerenes, or buckyballs, form in the shape of tiny geodesic domes. It's electroconductive, and it's only found in Karelia, Russia, where local spas have taken advantage of the mineral's purifying powers for centuries. Who needs it? Anybody looking to get honest with themselves. Sagittarius is about truth, right? The sun is going to be conjunct the south node soon, so we're having to kind of unearth what delusions and beliefs we've had that haven't helped us ultimately. Like, get real with ourselves, get true. Where to put it? In your water bottle to create Shungite-infused drinking water. Meditating with Shungite can get good vibes flowing through you like electricity through a neon sign that reads, yes. When to use it? When it's time to reclaim your energy from wherever it's been and whomever it's been with. That says, get real with your truth. That is ultimately what this Princess of Wands is doing. She's getting real with her truth. Sagittarius energy, truth, the fire, spirit of truth. She's getting real with it in a playful way, but also in a direction-oriented way. Get real with it. Don't just have hobbies. Maybe make some of your hobbies businesses. And don't just think every hobby is a business. Maybe keep some of those things in a hobby container, right? What does the service to the collective actually need? Don't just daydream, Pisces moon, about your truth, Sagittarius sun. This might take some deep, uncovering of subconscious beliefs and stuff like that. Mercury and Venus in Scorpio. But we need to be our most authentic selves. We need to step into that power, right? And when we do it with tenacity and spunk, like he's saying, sketch boldly and paint with a big stick. Do it in a style and a manner that's real to you, authentic to you. This says, get real with your truth. Maybe you have something to say that nobody else has to say, and if you don't get up and play around with that truth and take your shot, I'm not going to shot. I can't remember all the Hamilton lyrics, but it's like, I'm not going to miss my shot. Take your fucking Sagittarius arrow shot for the collective sake. For your sake, authenticity's sake, and paint boldly. Use tools that you need to at your disposal, even if they're weird, right? Get real with your truth. Everyone's going to have different, like I'm having to get real with my truth. Here's a good example. Cannabis is awesome and I love it. I don't need that anymore the same way, right? If I'm going to alter my perceptions in a kind of casual way, recreational way, I guess cannabis is better at this point than drinking, right? Or casual sex or something like that. But at some point, I'm like, I've got more to do. My lungs want to breathe more. My head is less clear, right? There's a lot of negative, basically, that comes with just playing around with weed. Whereas at one point, I couldn't have imagined myself saying that, right? So I'm having to get real with my truth. My truth is that, like, I love psychedelics, but, like, I don't need to, like, obsess over them. Being playful and being honest is where we're going. Have a direction. Have something you're aiming at, and not just for yourself, for others. Devotion of service. But you're the one taking the shot authentically. You yourself. Use boldness of spirit. It's the Sagittarius sun, and also the tools that you need to be using that are kind of maybe even weird. Pisces moon, and get real. With Shungite, get real, and with your truth. Everyone's little truth is a little different. Like we're all created part of a tapestry. That truth is different than that truth, which is different than these related truths, but they're all part of the one song. That is creation. So let's go ahead and play a song, I guess. I haven't thought about what, so while I'm kind of doing this, pulling out. Oh, that's really pretty. What is that? This is in Peru. Vinicunca. It's the painted hills that they talk about. So hopefully this is all going to work. I guess I've been charging my computer for like a week. What's a good song for... this one. This is what happens when I'm just tired and out of it and not sure what to do. So... I don't know, maybe something Um, so there's a Queen song called "Don't Stop Me Now." It's very kind of page of um, fire, right? Being authentic, don't stop being yourself, all that kind of energy. So let's play this, and hopefully I don't butcher it too much. I haven't thought about playing a song in a while. And this is fucking Freddie Mercury, let's not forget. So, tonight, gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world will turn it inside out, yeah. Floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, 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 oh, there's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah, 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light, I wanna make a supersonic woman of you. Don't stop me now, I'm having such a good time, having a ball. Don't stop me now if you wanna have a good time. Just give me a call, don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars, on a collision course. I am a satellite, out of control. I'm a sex machine ready to reload like an atom bomb. I'm gonna go, oh, 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 explode. I'm burning through the sky, yeah, 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light, I wanna make a supersonic woman of you. Don't stop me, don't stop me, hey, hey, hey. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Very Princess of Wands. Authenticity cards, right? 4 of fire. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Having a good time, good time. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. I'm burning through the sky, 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. Traveling at the speed of light, I wanna make a supersonic woman of you. Don't stop me now, I'm having such a good time, having a ball. Don't stop me now, oh, you wanna have a good time. Just give me a call, don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. And it fades out kind of. Anyway, I'm kind of out of it, not feeling that song too much, but it's very resonant with what we were talking about, which is don't stop you now, passionately get into it, have a good time. Princess of Wands. Just make sure your good time is heading in a direction, like a rocket ship on my way to Mars. There's a direction to take that passion. Is it of service to more than just yourself? It's easy just to sit around in a masturbatory way in life and just do what I will, to do what I will. It's like, how does that involve others? How are you being authentic in light of being in a reality with others. So sketch boldly and use a big stick if you need to. Ultimately, getting real with your truth. You have some level of action and spirit to be in the world in a playful way, and only you can do it, and you got to take that shot. It's for the highest good of all of us, so please do. Everybody's got a different code for many people probably, so it's just like your authentic kind of trying, your authentic boldness, your sketching reality as you see fit, come hell or high water sometimes even, is the truth that you need to get real with, and the truth that we need to witness of you for ourselves. You have keys for me, I have keys for you, and together the dance goes on and on and on. Sorry, Freddie Mercury, for not being you. Hopefully that made sense, though. No podcast today. Hit me up for readings. I've actually got to give a reading today, so that'll be fun. But hit me up for readings. 5 stars. Everyone loves them. No complaints there. And ultimately, have some fun today. With Sagittarius, Sun, and Moon, and Pisces, dream. A big dream. But make sure you're taking that dream, Aries, Mars, and Aries, into powerful places. Venus and Mercury in Scorpio. Is it of service for everybody? Are we doing things in the dream for just ourselves? You know, you need to be the best player you can be so you can join the teams and do the best work you can with each other. Paint bold, sketch bold, use big tools if you need them. Ultimately, get real with your truth, because your truth is fundamentally different than everybody else's, and we need your opinions, truth, perspective, output, musings, epiphanies, and insights. Hopefully that makes sense. Have a good day.